About to break that stud off. What's up, you guys? So here's where we're at. Got the cam out. So plans have changed. This motor is no good. Cam bearings are worn real bad. The timing chain had a bunch of slop in it, so we're just gonna go ahead and refresh the whole motor. Somebody at one point in time put stop leak in the motor, and the water ports here are all clogged up. Water ports here are all clogged up. I don't know if you can see down in there or not. Not really. But yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull the motor out, pull the heads off, and we'll pull the crank, pistons, all that, get it ready for the machine shop. So that's where we're at. If you look right here, you see how there's a big groove in the cam bearing there. So if the cam bearing looks like it, more than likely the main bearings and rod bearings probably worn too. So we're gonna go ahead and rebuild it. So next, I'll go ahead and unbolt the rest of the stuff off the front of the motor now, and we'll get the exhaust disconnected, torque converter bolts, starter, bell housing bolts, motor mounts, and should be ready to come out. And we're gonna eat some lunch first. I'm starving. I got a customer walking in. Jim's gone right now, so we're gonna see what he wants and be back with you later.
How's everybody doing today? This is Bobby. We got this part in for Cindy's Coronet. Found a little rust in the rear of it. So we're going to cut off all the parts we don't need. Get the parts we do need sandblasted, ready to weld back in. We pretty much need almost all of it, other than this part right here is coming off, and over here. This is actually the trunk pan, which we're replacing, so it's got to come off. This is the end of the rail that ours is good, so we got to grind this off and remove it. Remove this and this and this, and jigsaw puzzle it back in there.
Hey everybody, as I've been telling you, you really never know what's going to come in here. Today, Jerry, who lives here in town actually, brought in a 1956 Coupe de Ville that belonged to his wife's grandfather for years and years and years, and he was just kind of wandering around on the property and found this broken down old barn, and inside it is a pink 1956 Cadillac Coupe de Ville. At one time it was running and driving, but what we're gonna do with this car is a late model drivetrain, like a LS, 6 liter with an overdrive automatic transmission. He wants to be able to drive this car, just go out and turn the key and go. So we're gonna do that for him. As far as body and paint and things like that goes, the car is actually in really, really good shape. Needs a little bit of chrome trim work. That we'll probably get to do that a little bit later on, but right now I want him to be able to drive it. But I mean, even the inside of the car is the inside of the car is in real nice condition. And it's a pink Cadillac. So when's the last time you saw one of those? But anyway, this is Jerry, and you'll be seeing him more. He'll be coming down here when we're working on the car. Just tell him a little bit about what you want. I mean, I kind of steamrolled you there, told him everything, but...
Well, that's right. Like I say, this is my wife's grandfather's car. He had a wreck and decided he wasn't ever going to drive again, so we put it in a barn, and that's where I found it, just wandering around the property. So me and my brother-in-law actually drug that out of there, drug it home, and pulled the engine ourselves. You know, pulled the transmission, had it rebuilt, had it painted over the years, and had the interior done. Had it driving around. We drove it around for quite a while, but just the old technology, it just quit running on us, and so now I just want something that I can just get in and drive to the golf course or the Kroger.
And park it way out in the parking lot at Kroger.
Park it way out in the parking lot, that's right.
But, and that's where, you know, everybody's been bugging us, oh, LS swap this, LS swap the world. For something like this, I have no problem with that. That's a great motor. You can build a ton of power with LS motors, but we're not looking for power. We're looking to move 8 tons of vehicle to Pigeon Forge or Gatlinburg or wherever, excuse me, without having a big trouble. We'll do brake upgrades, get some radial tires for it with the gangster whites, and just make it a nice car that he can drive. So what we're going to do first is clean it up, and we're going to get researching on exactly what we have to do. Going to be a lot of custom work on this one, simply because they don't make an LS swap kit for a 56. They make it for a 59, but not a 56. And it's like Jerry said, they make stuff for 55s and they make stuff for 57s, but for some reason they decided to leave 56 out of the loop. So the chase is on to find stuff. But we're going to put an updated wiring harness in it, just make the car as foolproof as possible. And it's just going to be a cool car to work on. So keep watching.
Fraction, so I mean that'd be something to
Yeah.
like or something.
Well, I know that as soon as we make it run the way you want it to run, you're gonna probably want us to do some more stuff, because it's kind of a sickness. When you start working on it, it begins to snowball a little bit, and you're like, well, maybe we should do this, and maybe we should do that, and you know, we're up for anything. If you want to do it, we'll do it. And it just, my whole grand master plan on having a shop was weird cars. There's a weird car. It's, you know, there's probably nobody else for quite a ways around that's working on a 56 Cadillac, especially a nice 56 Cadillac. So we'll get some stuff figured out on it and let you know what direction we're going to head in.
All right, we'll get going.
Cool, I will. See you.
All right. See you soon.
Thanks.
Thanks.
I've got this side of the rear body panel cut out the way I need it to be. Don't need this bucket, that's why I cut it off. I do need this across here, so tomorrow I'll be cutting on some more on the other side. On this side, Tomorrow or Saturday? Oh, all right, Monday. On this side, I need this bucket because it was damaged. That's the whole well, part of the reason we're putting this in is because this part was damaged severely. So I had to cut this part off because I'm not using it. And we're gonna go over here. All right, this is the side I cut the bucket off of because it is not damaged. I don't need it, so I cut this whole section off and kept this part. This side over here is where the bucket is damaged. All this just needs to be replaced. And then we've got a little bit under here that needs to be replaced, as I said over there. And if you'll notice, this opening is different than this one. If you'll notice how big this hole is and how big that hole was, there's a big difference in there. We tried twice to get the actual right bucket for it, or opening, and can't get it. So we're gonna have to cut this one, close it up, and make it work because we can't get another one. That's the only way we can do it. So that's that, and I'll be cutting some more on this tomorrow, and we'll have video of it and probably time lapse and try to show you as much as we can.